Oh, I don't know where I'm going. Hi guys, welcome back to Fate's Day Night. I recognize that voice. I recognize that cadence. We were on a pretty good date. Valentine's Day was going pretty good. Like, it was kind of bad, but then it got pretty good. But now this is happening. How dare you? Women are not property. They shouldn't be fighting. Let's not get crazy here, but they're their own people. We meet someone we never should have met. My happy mind freezes in an instant. Goosebumps form all over my body, and my throat won't move, as if it's forgotten how to breathe.
Shirou.
It must be the same for Saber behind me. Her hand holds me tightly, just as I feel an unavoidable death. Saber too feels an inconcealable desperation. Oh! Wait, this looks like the guy from Aria of Sorrow. Soma Cruz? What are you doing here? Oh. Yeah, no, you're not Soma Cruz. Soma would not wear such hideous earrings, my god. The Golden Servant. The unknown heroic spirit who swept away the bound creatures, got brought back, and even cast her herself without any difficulty. The monster is in front of us. He's so close to us, at a distance with which we could start fighting if we wanted to face a death greater than Berserker.
Saber? 俺がわざわざ出向いてやったのだ。いつまでも黙っているのは無礼であろう。それとも俺のものになる前に少しばかり遊ぶつもりか？騎士王よ。
Archer stifles his laughter happily. His eyes aren't looking at me. He's only watching Saber. With his rude red eyes, he's looking at her as if evaluating a work of art. Saber's presence changes. She must have prepared herself. Unlike me, unable to move even a finger, she is already glaring at that enemy servant.
Shirou, 何としても衝撃だけは防ぎます。その隙にあなただけは離脱してください。
Should we be saying that out loud?
それがどれほど困難かは分かっていますが、あのサーバント相手ではそれが精一杯なのです。
Her back asks me to forgive her. Even Saber can only manage to block his first attack. The chance of success of retreating from a guy like this is low. Saber is asking for my forgiveness for that low chance. Probably. She knows she has no way to defeat that servant. She can't do that. This is different from when we fought Berserker. For some reason, I know that making Saber fight this servant would be bad. No, I may know the reason. I felt it when I saw his noble phantasms last night. Saber will not be able to beat this man no matter what. It's not about skills as a swordsman. Before that, the prerequisites are wrong. As long as they are heroic spirits, no heroic spirit will be able to beat him.
Shirou.
I cover Saber and face Archer.
ほう、そうか。マスターがいたのだったな。あまりのみすぼらしさゆえ、犬か何かだと思ったぞ。
That's just rude. But at the same time, you wouldn't hit a dog, so... He says happily. The man raises his hand and slowly brings his fingers together. I feel sick. I'll be killed if I don't retreat now. There's no reason or logic behind it. I just feel instinctively that I'll be killed if I stay in front of him and...
行け、セイバー。ここからなら境界が近い。あいつなら、あれが相手でもお前をかくまってくれるはずだ。
I push Saber away and run as if shaking off the premonition of death attacking me. Boy, this is a bad idea, my dude. There's only one thing to do. I'll run up to him, project Saber's sword like when I fought Berserker, and... My body flies. What happened? I heard a snap. The instant that man clicked his fingers, something appeared right beside me. I can tell it was a big hammer, and that I was smashed away, flying across the ground like trash. I can't move. I feel like all the bones in my body are broken. I can't feel my limbs. My pain is numbed. I can't even tell if I'm alive or not.
殺しはせん。今ここで貴様を潰せばセイバーも消えてしまうからな。不本意ではあるが聖杯を呼ぶまでは生かしておいてやろう。
Alright, at least we have a contingency with that. The man laughs. I move my hands to try to get up, but my body won't move at all. My blood isn't flowing. It feels like the energy to move my body has stopped reaching my limbs.
だが思い上がるなよ雑種。貴様なぞいなくとも
Mongrel?
存命させる方法はある。単に今の状態が最も手がかからぬだけだ。それ以上さえずるのなら殺すぞ。
See, if I didn't know who he was, the word mongrel would make me go, but I do. That kills my mind. He will kill me. If I move any more, he will do so without hesitation. How could anyone move after being told that?
Shirou!
Saber tries to run to me.
どこに行く？邪魔者はいなくなったのだ。お前が向かうべきはそのようなクズではなかろう。
This guy is very rude, but the man won't allow that. He stands before me and waits for Saber to come to him. Saber stops and glares at the man. There's about 10 meters between them. It's a distance Saber will be able to close instantly, but...
その様子ではまだ俺に下る気はないようだな。理解に苦しむ。お前ほどの英霊ならば俺に選ばれることがどれほどの価値か分かろうに。
よまいごと英霊になろうと私は王だ。貴様の軍門になど下らぬ。
Please tell me that this ridiculous dude says, but what's a king to a god? And then Shirou's like, yeah, but what's a god to a non-believer? And then he's like, no, and then fades away. And then they kiss. Me and Saber. Not Shirou, me. I come into the game. I fall into the game. Like the climax of Digimon the movie, I reach my hand into the computer screen and I get to kiss Saber. That's what happens in that movie.
そうか？いかに王であろうと、お前は女だ。
Alright. So people have been telling me, they're like, you think Shirou's like this way. Wait till you meet Goldie. And yes, you are correct.
主の前に神戸を垂れ、使え尽くすが女の幸せであろう。だというのに何を拒む？まさか物もわからぬ小娘でもあるまいし、俺の女になるのは恐ろしいか？
貴様。
そう憤るな。俺は奪うだけではない。等しく喜びも与えよう。俺のものになるというのならば、文字通りこの世のすべてを与えてやる。
Yeah, well, I'll give her some good food. Can you do that, Goldie?
誇るがいい。お前にはそれだけの価値があると認めたのだ。
The man moves. He opens his arms as if to accept Saber.
そう。守護者になどなることもなく、死にゆく運命に戻ることもない。もう一度だけ言うぞ、セイバー。
So he knows, huh? He knows the whole
このま
situation.
ま俺のものになれ。この世界で共に二度目の生を謳歌しようではないか。
断る。そのようなことに興味はないし、何より貴様と共に生きるなどまかり間違ってもありえません。
She does not nod or retreat. Saber looks at Archer head on. He stops. I don't know what's so funny, but the man starts laughing.
いいぞ。それでこそ俺の見込んだ女よ。
That is such a cursed face to see him doing.
はあ、この世に一つ程度は俺に従わぬ者がいなければな。よーし。では力ずくだ。聖杯を手に入れた後、その身に中身をぶちまけてやろう。喜べよ、セイバー。そうなればマスターなど不要となる。
Ah, a little bit of pairing up with what was said to Shirou at the beginning.
万能の器である聖杯。 その力すべてを飲み干すのだからな。サーバントなどと人間の使い魔に甘んじることもなくなるだろう。
The man says so with satisfaction. To that, Saber replies.
アーチャー、貴様の目的は何だ？
She must have realized that fighting is the only way. Saber asks for her enemy's reasons at the end.
目的か？さあ、何だったか。あいにくこの世の財はすべて手に入れた身でな。望むものなどとうにない。
聖杯を求めてはいないというのか？
聖杯？ああ、不老不死か。そんなものは蛇にくれてやった。
Who? What?
不老不死を蛇に譲った？
Saber's presence freezes. What was that conversation? Yeah, I'm a bit confused. Saber shakes her head and tries to deny the word.
だがこの世界は面白いぞ。根本は変わらぬが、装飾もここまで来れば別物だ。これならば、再びこの世で君臨するのも悪くない。そうだな。俺の目的といえばそんなところか。それを効率よく進めるというのであらば、聖杯の力も悪くはないな。
支配欲か。見下げ果てたな、アーチャー。そんなことのために聖杯を欲するとは。
欲するのではない。世の財はすべて我のもの。自分のものを他人に使われるのが我慢ならんだけよ。お前とてその政権を人に使われては腹立たしいだろう。騎士王よ。
Saber's body grows misty. What? Oh, okay. Guess how that works. After a brief flash, Saber is wearing her silver armor.
ほう。
The man does not even move. In the next instant, Saber dashes forward. She presses that double tap forward. She runs up to the man instantly and slashes her invisible sword with deadly speed. Repelled, Saber jumps backward. If Saber's armor is materialized from magical energy, his armor must be the same as well. In the short battle, the enemy has armed himself. Saber looks calmly at Archer, holding her sword ready. Even with her stare, the man does not stop smiling.
よいぞ。歯向かうことを許す、セイバー。
The enemy happily announces the beginning of the battle. The white light runs through the darkness. Saber, running to the golden knight without hesitation, slashes her sword down, surrounded by lightning. One blow, 2, 3, 4. Each time Saber's sword finds the enemy, blinding light is released. Combinations like a strobe. Please, if you have seizures, look away. It's just like when I first saw Saber when she fought Lancer. Saber drives magical energy into her sword and strikes it like lightning. The sword and armor clash. The man hasn't even drawn his weapon yet. With Saber's sword in front of him, he is just protecting his head with his hands. That man does not have the skill to block Saber's sword. Saber is much better than this man at sword techniques. And on top of that, Saber's sword is invisible. Even if the man had a weapon, I don't think he would be able to block that invisible sword. The invisible sword keeps hitting the man's armor. The sword smashes against the armor, shaves it, letting off lightning sparks. All that man can do is protect his head with his hands. This isn't even a match. This is just a one-sided elimination. But still, the golden armor retains its shape. If the armor is free of damage even after taking Saber's attacks so many times, could it be that his noble phantasm is his golden armor?
さすがにこれ以上はまずいか。相変わらず底なしの魔力よな。俺の鎧がきしみを上げるなど、そうあり得ることではないのだが。
The enemy, who is merely defending, raises his arm. Not towards Saber. I don't know why, but the man raises his hand to the night sky and...
戯れは終わりだ。その身、 ここで俺に捧げるがいい。
Is it an illusion? In his hand, a short sword like a key is in his hand? Like a key. Like a key blade. Okay, I gotta see this thing. Show it to me. If this dude has a keyblade, that puts a whole other wrinkle in this. Saber attacks with all her power, but the enemy repels it with his dark red sword.
今のは復讐の呪詛を含んだ宝具か。
Saber distances herself and glares at the sword in her enemy's hand. The fact that the enemy has revealed his weapon is a threat, but at the same time, it means that the enemy's attacks are revealed. It doesn't matter if his noble phantasm is a sword or armor, as long as you can see it, you're able to deal with it. Saber readies herself. As the man said, his armor is at its limit. If Saber relaunches her fierce barrage of attacks, she should be able to slice through his armor. Even if he has brought out his noble phantasm, it won't make a difference to the fact that the next blow will decide the match.
最後だ。前回つけられなかった決着をつけよう、アーチャー。
The sword in her hand is still invisible. Readying the holy sword sealed in wind, Saber stares at her enemy. It seems Saber knows what that noble phantasm is. That's why she intentionally distanced herself, and since she knows how to deal with it, she's confronting the enemy straight on. If their noble phantasms are swords, and if the sword's abilities are equal, the deciding factor will be their own sword techniques. By that theory, Saber has to win.
よかろう。では来るがいい、セイバー。その剣に免じ、俺のすべてを見せてやる。
The man laughs.
ならば。
Oh, that was new art there. Saber charges without hesitation. Saber's sword will slash his armor for sure. The instant I think that...
ゲ
Whoa.
ート・オブ・バビロン。
Oh, that doesn't sound good. An invisible door opens behind the man. Saber's body stops. The weapons the enemy takes are different from the previous dark red sword. The first is an invisible sword like Saber's. As soon as Saber defends against it, the man is holding yet another sword. The sword is of ice. She twists her body to avoid it, but the space the sword goes through freezes. Saber retreats, covered in ice. As the ice starts to break, the enemy holds a sickle-like weapon. Oh, jeez. She instantly tries to block the weapon approaching her neck with her gauntlet, but it's useless. Oh, no. Oh, wait, the sickle goes through her arm, like the gauntlet isn't there, and takes away her magical energy. Oh, so it attacks MP, not HP. As if cutting away her bone and not her flesh and blood. No, just kidding, that's not better at all, I guess. Saber totters, but manages to stay standing. It is a different kind of retreat now. Not to distance herself and prepare for the next attack. It's a desperate retreat, just to get away from the enemy.
そんなバカな。
Saber glares at the enemy, drawing magical energy into her arm. Many handles are floating around the man. That's what slaughtered Castor. And those are the noble phantasms of the Golden Knight who cornered Saber. Oh my god, oh, it's so cool. Oh, it's so cool. It's a scene that makes me even want to doubt my own eyes. Okay, so it's just all these sheaths, and he could just pull one and do something with it. Oh, it's so cool. One more time, it's a scene that makes me even want to doubt my own eyes. Those handles floating behind him are surely those of noble phantasms. Not just 10 or 20. No, even though I can't see them, I can feel they are infinite. From all times and places. Oh, you're so cool. As if to say, that servant has all the divine mysteries from every legend.
アーチャー、あなたは何者だ。
Saber's voice is trembling. A servant will not answer when asked their true identity. Unless you're that Shirou guy, he was fine with it. But the enemy's noble phantasm is so strange that Saber has to ask.
答えなさい、アーチャー。英霊が持つ宝具は一つだけのはず。いえ、中には複数の宝具を持っている者もいますが、 だとしても2つが限度だ。そのように際限なく宝具を持つ英霊など存在するはずがない。
存在するはずがない？それは早計だな、セイバー。英霊は生前用いた武器を宝具とする。ならば単純な話ではないか。この宝具は全て俺が生前に集めたものということではないか。
私を侮っているのか、アーチャー。それこそ絶対にありえない。あなたが何者であろうと他の英霊たちのシンボルたる宝具を揃えられるはずがない。そのような英霊はこの世界に存在しない。
Saber is right. All the noble phantasms he has are real. They are demonic swords from Northern Europe and demonic swords from South America. No hero made his name in so many places. And first of all, only Lancer is Gaybolg. Heroic spirits noble phantasms are the weapons they had when they were alive. By that rule, as soon as he has Gaybolg, he has to be Cahulin. But he isn't Cahulin. So that Lance cannot be Gaybolg. But the thing is, that is definitely the real Gaybolg. This could all be explained if it was a fake. But as long as it's real, the contradiction is... many ellipses. No, chotomate. Hold on. Original. The model of weapon?
まさか。いや、けど。
It is possible. Myths and legends do not start from nothing. All myths have common points because a single foundation became their model. Because legends that become objects of faith are only those that originate in that land. I think demonic swords and holy swords start having special abilities around that time. So before that, what if the noble phantasms and myth and legends had a form before they were given names?
おお、お前のマスターも捨てたものではないな。どうやら俺の正体に心当たりがあるらしい。
Oh, so he can read minds too? Saber looks towards me. So far away. I can't even help her if she's so far away. My body has only recovered to the point where I can barely move my fingers.
逃げろ、セイバー。そいつと宝具は
本物だというのだろう。そう、単純な話だ、セイバー。最も古い時代、まだ世界が一つだった頃の話をしよう。その国は栄え、王はあらゆる財宝を収集した。集められぬものなどなく、足りぬものなどなかった。王は完璧な宝物庫を持ち、その中にある有象無象の武器は使われることなく王と共に眠りについた。要はそれだけの話だ。王の死後、宝物庫の中身は世界に散らばり、名剣であるがゆえに重宝され活躍し、いずれ宝具として扱われた。わかるか、騎士王よ。お前たちの扱う宝具とやらは、もともとはその王の持ち物に過ぎないのだと。
You know what? Hey! It's not time travel. I like this explanation. It's like inheritance. If you go back far enough, a model must exist. So it is only natural for every legend, myth, folklore, and noble phantasm to have an original model. And in the distant past, if it was possible to collect all of their models, then one could possess all of the noble phantasms. Only one hero could correspond to that, one with origins and legend far older than that of King Arthur or Heracles, the oldest known piece of human literature said to rule over ancient Mesopotamia. The half-god, half-human king who collected treasures as he wished and sought immortality at the end. His name was, alright, gonna be real, knew nothing about this guy, did not know he collected treasures.
Gilgamesh.
Oh, there it is!
人類最古の英雄王。
Yeah, Gilgamesh. So, again, when I said Final Fantasy, Googling my favorite Final Fantasy character, Gilgamesh, who also collects swords and stuff, though he does nothing as cool as this Gilgamesh, it all works out. That's cool. She sounds as if she's holding back fear. The Golden Knight, Gilgamesh accepts the shock with satisfaction. So, like I said, Gilgamesh is the oldest piece of human literature we have recorded. like in terms of folklore and anything. That is pretty big.
いかにもこの身は貴様らでは叶うべくもない最強の英霊だ
And the Golden Knight moves forward. There's nothing else to talk about. All that remains is for him to use his many noble phantasms to defeat his enemy.
ほう我の名を知った上でまだ抗うか今度こそ勝ち目がないと悟ったはずだが
やってみなければわかりません。いかに英雄王といえど超えられぬものがあるはずだ。
Sorry, I can't hear you over the wind. Can you speak up? Can we go inside? Saber's surroundings waver. Oh, she about do it. The wind starts to twirl and become a raging gale to protect her. At the same time, the golden sword appears.
ダメだサイバー
It can't be. Saber's gonna use the Excalibur? Gilgamesh stops. He too must know the Holy Sword's power as his composure vanishes. Saber keeps staring at Gilgamesh and looks in my direction for an instant. Is she telling me to run? Gilgamesh has his back to the river, and Saber is over here. It must be when she attacked him earlier. Before I realize it, Saber is confronting Gilgamesh to protect me.
違うダメだこんなところで
I pour strength into my limbs. Even if I try to move my numb body, all I can move is one of my arms. But I still collect all the magical energy in my body to raise my body with that one arm. My senses were gone, but every bone in my body starts to scream once I start moving. The pain is a warning. The pain is telling me that I will break if I move any further. I ignore it and raise my body up. I bear my pain. I don't have time to deal with it. I have to get up quickly and protect Saber. Because I have a bad feeling about this. That was me trying to do a Star Wars Episode 1 impression. Very nice, we got one prequel meme in here. A premonition I felt when I faced that enemy. She will never be able to beat him. The instinctive feeling that I should never have let Saber fight him won't go away.
音に聞こえし聖剣かいいだろう
The twirling wind is now a raging storm. Even with the holy sword shining in front of him, the Golden Knight does not back away. Moreover,
ではこちらもふさわしいものを出さなければな
oh, he's gonna use the... he pulls out an incongruous sword from the gate behind him. Yeah, it's... Whoa. Whoa. Is that the... What is that? That's the cause of my bad feeling. The sword does not appear in any legend. I could identify every one of the noble phantasms that were floating behind him, because I guess I'm a giant weapon nerd, but even I cannot tell what that sword is.
俺は全ての宝具の原型を持つだがそれらは全て無名であり俺しか持ち得ぬ武具というわけではない
A cylindrical sword. The sword is made of 3 parts, and each one turning slowly in different directions. It looks like a rock drill to pierce through a hard surface. That's a pretty cool weapon.
だがこれは違う正真正銘この英雄王しか持ち得ぬ剣だ名などないのでな俺はエアとだけ呼んでいるが
The greatest evil weapon of them all. EA.
純粋に宝具の力比べをすると
The light concentrates. There's only about 10 meters between them. Within that distance, Gilgamesh shouldn't even be able to dodge or attack.
そうだなに遠慮することはないぞ最強と呼ばれるその剣一度味わってみたくもあったからな
His laughter echoes through the park. She must consider that provocation.
いいだろうならば我が剣見事受け切ってみるがいい
Saber's sword moves. Her lips move to say its true name. There's nowhere to run now. The noble phantasm released with its true name will smash all of its power onto Gilgamesh.
出番だ。起きるがいい。エア。
The cylindrical sword, Ea, roars. Oh, that's so cool! I love spinning weapons! In response to Gilgamesh's words, the three blades turn with a whirring sound. It's also very loud. If Saber's Excalibur brings on a whirlwind by releasing the wind, Gilgamesh's Ea creates a storm by swallowing the surrounding winds. Well, that's a bad combo then, huh? She's gonna do it! Saber's more experienced with anti-castle noble phantasms. It is faster than Ea's roar. Saber pours magical energy into the sword up to its limit, and in a matter of seconds, executes it with the greatest power. There's no hesitation. Saber releases the holy sword that can even split a river in two. Just before that, a light of the same magnitude takes on Excalibur's light. What? Okay. A huge impact. The raging wind knocks over trees and the crashing lights become an exploding sun, burning my eyes. My body is almost blown away by the wind. I manage to dig myself into the ground with one hand and endure the waves of light and heat. How long will the conflict last? The battle of the two rumblings that make me fear the earth is going to split into two is suddenly ended with her figure surrounded by white light. Okay. A crash. I hear something falling right beside me. What is it? What it is? I can even tell with my blinded eyes. No! No! I thought she might be dead. That's how torn up Saber is. In the distance, the Golden Knight is laughing crazily, unscathed. No!
人類最強の聖剣とやらもその程度か。人間の幻想など、所詮子供魂よな。
Okay, you know how Shinji was the top of my most hated list? Let's unpin him. Take down that paper. Got a new little piece of paper here, a little post-it note. We're going to put it on the wall. I got a new pin. We're going to stick it right in. Yep, Gilgamesh at the top. His laugh is high-pitched, and it seems like it will carry over the burning air into the heavens. Is it that much fun? He doesn't even look at Saber as he laughs, only for his own sake.
Saber!
Status screen updated. What in tarnation happened? Gilgamesh, his true name. Anything else here? Dead? I was just gonna say dead there. Oh. Details? Okay. Let's learn about him. A half-god, half-human king that ruled over the Sumerian city-state of Uruk in the years before Christ. Not merely a legend, he is said to have actually existed. What? Okay. He's the king of kings, whose tale is recorded in mankind's oldest epic poem, the Epic of Gilgamesh. So divine as to be 2/3 god and 1/3 human, no others in the world would match him. He was an ultimate transcendent being that possessed all things in the world. He was originally a tyrant who did not care for his people, but his behavior slowly changed after he gained a friend called Enkidu, who is Gilgamesh's like puppy that has him follows him around in Final Fantasy. Enkidu was created by the goddess Aruru, Aruru, in response to the prayers of the people who suffered under Gilgamesh's oppression. Enkidu and Gilgamesh met as was fated, and both strongly affected each other. At first, Gilgamesh feared Enkidu as his enemy, but soon the two came to understand each other soon, recognize each other as equals, and work together to rule the country. With Enkidu, Gilgamesh defeated the Humbaba, guardian of the forest, beast of the gods, and became the greatest and richest king on earth. After this, Gilgamesh was so powerful that even the gods could not ignore his existence. One goddess fell in love with this Gilgamesh. Ishtar, the goddess of fertility, proposed marriage to Gilgamesh, the perfect king, but he rejected her immediately. Wow. This was because he knew her to be a witch, unfaithful, cruel, and the corrupter of all men. Ishtar became furious, feeling that Gilgamesh had insulted her. To get revenge, she went to her father, the god Anu, and persuaded him to unleash the Bull of Heaven. Because this unstoppable beast of gods, 7 years of starvation and destruction hit the earth. Gilgamesh and Enkidu cooperated and faced the Bull of Heaven and successfully defeated it. The goddess's reputation was once again crushed. Ishtar's fury, of course, did not abate, and she asked the gods of death to give death to one of the men, as it was a sin for a human to kill beasts of the gods. Ishtar's wish was granted, and since he was created by the gods, Enkidu could not resist the command and slowly weakened to death. This began Gilgamesh's downfall. Gilgamesh was shocked by the fact that death could come even to a friend of power equal to his. He was tormented by the fear of this death and finally traveled to the netherworld in search of immortality. At the end of a long journey and many hardships, Gilgamesh obtained the miraculous elixir of immortality. But on the way back, the elixir was stolen by a snake while he was bathing, and Gilgamesh died of grief. It is said that the snake begins its new life again in a new body after shedding its skin because Gilgamesh stole Gilgamesh's medicine and drank it. Wow, okay. I get it. Charisma and divinity. Sounds good. But since he dislikes God, the rank is reduced. Interesting. Noble phantasm. King's treasure. Oh, his one is the key, which he can then use to connect space, allows them to take fuel from the treasure room. Needless to say, noble phantasms become stronger the more wealth the person has. It could be the worst, or it could be amazing. He also has Star of Creation that split heaven and earth, Enma Elish. Oh my god. Rank EX. What? Cutting of space by the sword of separation, Ea. There's a lot of words here. A layer of wind, compressed and accelerated, becomes a fake layer of time and space that smash all who oppose it. This is like this is what? Its attack power is so strong that an elimination rank AC or a counterattack with equivalent damage is needed to defend against this noble phantasm. Damage is strength times 20, though MGI may be added to strength at random. Its maximum damage is 4,000. But with the support of the noble phantasms in the treasury, the damage increases any further. It is equal or superior output to Saber's Excalibur, and is said that the sword that cut apart the world. Maximum target is 1,000 people. Jeez. Dude. That's buck wild. Is there anything else here that I'm looking at while we wait? Well, I need to get over that fact there. Oh, we got that. High-speed divine language. Oh, we looked at that before, actually. Jeez. There's no reply, but blood gushes out from her mouth as she tries to gasp. My vision turns red. What was I doing? I knew this was going to happen. I knew Saber wouldn't be able to beat Gilgamesh, so why didn't I stop her or even use my command spell? I hate this guy. He's like the OC who's like, you missed me and then I win in every roleplay form. Oh, I don't like him. His irritating laugh. The responsibility is mine. I thought she could win. No matter how bad it felt, I thought Saber's Excalibur would be able to beat him. That's why even though I told her to stop, my command spell didn't react. I wasn't serious. If I really wanted to protect Saber, I could have made her run away using my command spell. And there would have been infinite ways for me to fight by myself. I don't know about that, my dude. The The laughter approaches. She must have noticed that as Saber faintly opens her eyes.
セイバー、無事か。
I can see her breathing, but I can't even touch her, even if I reach out. My body still won't move and I can't even run to her. So I can only call out to her.
セイバー、セイバー、セイバー。
Saber's mouth opens. She breathes in as if asking for help, and coughs as if even that is painful. I don't like this.
シロ、そこにいるのですか?
I'm right here, Saber. I'm doing it. I'm touching the screen. I'm waiting till I go into the world of Fate Stay Night, but then this video can't get uploaded, so you'll never see. Because I'm never leaving. She raises a faint voice, telling me that she cannot see me.
待ってろ、すぐに。
I can't say I'll help her. I'm on the ground too, and I can only move my arms. I can only call out to her and encourage her. She can't even see me in this ugly state.
ああ、そうか。負けたのですね。
She speaks in a soft voice and looks at me with no light in her eyes.
申し訳ありません。どうかあなただけでも逃げてください、マスター。
She says something absurd while coughing up blood. My vision turns red with anger. I completely depended on Saber unconsciously, and this is the result? I can't even stand up, even after a sudden attack? I grab my head with my arm, with the only arm that moves. I want to kill myself. So I put strength into my hand as if to squash my head. Whoa, what? A firing hammer goes down. I take the switch to turn myself into a magus and smash it on with a hammer instead of my finger.
二度と使わないようにね。投影はあんたの手に余るから。
Tosaka's words. Yo, we gonna pull out Caliburn? She says magic beyond one's level will destroy the caster's circuit and nerves. So what? She's more important than that. Even if I can't protect her, I don't need my body. She has helped me many times. There never has been anyone I cared about so much. So, if I can't protect her, Emiya Shirou can just die here. What, I can hear sounds of metal. Metallic metal magical energy reinforces all the bones in my body and all the broken parts of my body. What? Reinforcing yourself? I'll give it everything that I have. I'll put it on the highest gear and the highest rotation from the start and ignore my limits. I'll create as much magical energy as possible. My spine catches fire and my whole body grows red hot. I bite my tongue to bear the feeling of my brain melting. I bite down on the pink flesh. If I can keep my consciousness just by making a hole in my tongue, there's no problem.
Nani?
The footsteps stop. His laughter stops as well.
シロ、何をしているのです。ダメだ。そんなことをしたら体が。
She must feel it even though she can't see. Saber screams, trying to get back up. Oh, we're breaking through our limits? That makes my last powers turn on. I stand back up. The body that wouldn't obey me starts to move because my magical energy poured in past its limits. This is like setting my body on fire to make it run towards water. But I don't care. It's better than watching Saber get hurt. That's right. I finally realized with a mind that's about to burn away. From the beginning, I swore to hold the sword because I didn't want to see her hurt.
逃げてと言っているのに、どうして。
I obstruct the enemy. Saber is behind me. Now, I cannot even take one step backwards. Oh, he doing it! I hold down my brain, which is rolling around on fire, and manage my mind. I'm imaging only one thing. I'll divide the projection into 8 sections to create the lost sword. Oh. I feel something hard in my left hand. I don't even need to look to check. The second manufacture of the sword proved successful without slowing down even once.
私の剣。いえ、それでもダメだ。シロも分かっているはずです。動けるのなら 今は逃げるのが。
逃げない。セイバーを迎えに来たんだ。なのに一人で帰ることなんてできるもんか。
It's supposed to be cool, but the phrase "I came to pick you up, but I can't run home by myself" is kind of lame, but it's kind of cool. I ready my sword. I hold the sword, heavier than a shinai, and glare at the enemy.
やめてしろ。この男はそんな。
I shake off Saber's words and step forward. I guess that's right. There are 4 meters between us. If I step forward with all my might, I'll be able to attack him. The enemy doesn't move. Gilgamesh watches me for a second, then laughs. He says in an emotionless voice. I instantly block the attack swung at me. I sway my body to the side to avoid the attack. But I'm not fast enough. If the first attack was a sudden gust, the next barrage of attacks is a raging wind. Parrying is all I can do. No, I wouldn't have been able to block the first attack by myself. It is fortunate that I also reproduced its memory when I reproduced the sword. A sword with a long past holds wills and experience. This sword must already be familiar with such attacks. Oh! I can't judge Gilgamesh's attacks, but this sword is able to. So the sword reacts to his attacks before my hands do. I swing to follow the sword, and as a result, I can block his attacks. But that doesn't last long. My fingers numb every time I swing, and slowly I cannot catch up with this sword. Yeah, well, so's your face. He must dislike even the slight resistance. He glares at me in anger and retreats a bit. Thank God. If he had kept attacking me, I would not have lasted more than a few seconds. I take a deep breath and try to control my breathing. And then... he takes out a sword. Oh, whoa? This is a familiar... or that is a familiar sword. The ornamentation on it is different. But its true nature, the idea of its creation, and its soul are too close to those of this sword. Oh my God, what? It's so because this sword is the sword that created the model of... Whoa, okay, that's really cool. The sword of supremacy in the tree. Gram, the demonic sword of Sigmund, hero of Northern Europe. Its original model? Oh my God. Yeah, but you know what you don't have? A gun. Shirou takes out a pistol and shoots him. Light runs. The sword understands better than anything. This is the same attack that terminated Berserker in one slash. It must be protecting its owner. The sword in my hand goes for the enemy's sword with its utmost power. The name of the noble phantasm is Caliburn, the golden sword of assured victory, but... it is destroyed without a trace by the sword called Marduk, the original sin. Oh, it's so cool! Oh, that's not cool at all. I hear something sliding on the ground. Sliding. Is the ground of the park slippery because it's level? I slide across the ground and finally come to a stop.
Shirou!
That voice makes me realize I'm still alive. Thinking so, I'm relieved. It felt like I was blown away, but it's fine if Saber's nearby. So all I have to do is get up, and I can run to Saber. I look at my arm while I stay on the ground. It's red. My arm is surrounded by a red membrane, And there's no blood coming out of it.
動くな。もういい。いいから動かないでくれ。シロ。
I can hear Saber's voice. It seems my body has been injured. That attack, I'm sure it was blown away by Gilgamesh's sword. So the wound must be... Oh, I see. Now I understand why Saber is acting like that. I can only move my right hand. My left hand won't move. First of all, my left shoulder isn't attached to my body. I can't even breathe. Diagonally down from my left shoulder. As my body is cut from the shoulder down. It's separated like Lego pieces that don't fit together. Two things here, two problems. Hey, sorry to ruin the scene. 1, Lego. We're really going to use that? That's a bit worrying for copyright. 2, hey, if you're going to say Lego, at least capitalize all the letters like you properly do. Come on, that's basic. At least he didn't say Legos. That would have got me very mad. It looks like a ginkgo leaf. I'm sorry, what? I'm Googling this thing and you should too. Ginkgo leaf. What is that? Ow! 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 Okay, that is a very unique leaf that makes this look... Oh, that's... Okay. A ginkgo leaf is like a weird, like, splayed out leaf, but saying that your body looks like it now is possibly one of the most horrible metaphor or similes that I've ever heard for how... Oh, that's rough. I've been cut from my shoulder down to my waist. It's strange that I'm alive, but that miracle should soon run out. I'm barely conscious right now, and my vision narrows by the second. First of all, my insides will fall out if I move. Maybe I'm already dead. My mind is lingering like a ghost.
なんだ、見事に散らばったと思ったが存外にしぶといのだな。なるほど。生き汚さだけが雑種の取り柄というわけか。
Shut up, I'm doing my final will right here. He laughs. Honestly, I'm thankful. The more irritating he is, the more my mind stays conscious.
だがそこまでだ。貴様に獅子は似合わん。その女は俺がもらう。
Footsteps. The sound of him walking to obtain Saber for sure this time. Okay, first off, weapon. Okay, what did we get? We got Graham here. Oh, yeah, there's Graham. It's the model. Whoa. Der Ring des Nibelungen. Composed later is changed his name to Balmung. Interesting. Did not know that. Is there any more here? Durandal. I think we saw that one before. Yeah. Oh, man. Oh, jeez. Okay. Do we stand, though? Okay, so I want to see what happens if we get the... I'm going to say don't stand up. I'm going to say just die. The laughing voice approaches me. As soon as I put my hands to get up, lightning runs through my spine. Every fiber and cell in my body is telling me I can't fight anymore. I can't get up. Even if I do get up, I can't beat that guy with my body like this. As soon as I admit that, my body stops trying to stay alive. The power that was protecting Emiya Shirou up to now starts to fade. My consciousness clouds up. With my dying mind, my life ends as well. Dead end. Wah, wah. Yeah, please tell me what's going on, guys. Hell, hit me up, Tiger Dojo. Oh my god. What? $203 marvelous. I was gonna... Okay, there's a lot going on right now. Number one, I was gonna make a combo joke and it did, but really? That's what we're saying? want to see them all, though.
っていうか、こんなとこに来ちゃダメなんだから。早くあの金ピカをやっつけて、セイバーをちゃんと守ってあげないと怒っちゃうんだから。
But I wanted to see you. Come on.
それでいいのか、ブルマ。あ、チース先輩。まあ、本当は悔しいけど、ここまで来たらちゃんとかっこいいとこ見せてほしいかなって、そんなとこです。
Right? Now it makes sense, but I want to see this too. There she goes.
道場はここでおしまい。早く選択肢に戻ってパパーっと決着つけちゃいなさい、シロ。
These are funny because it's like they look at you and they're like, come on, you should know better. Okay, stand up. Even though we can't, but whatever, I put power into my right hand. I grab the ground and raise my half-sliced body. I see Saber's face for an instant. She looks like she's about to cry. I'm proud of myself for falling in love with her. Aww. Wait, that's still a bit weird. You should say I'm happy. That's weird, but okay. I raise my body with just one arm. My legs won't move. The magical energy that forced my body to move has depleted. The only thing remaining is my beating heart and my organs screaming in pain.
ほう、未練か。だろうな。あれはお前には過ぎた宝だ。その気持ちはわからんでもない。ならばこそ他の男の手に奪われるのは悔しかろう。
That does it. Can't stand his talking anymore.
だから、奪うとか、奪われるとか、セイバーを物みたいに。
Yeah, Saber, Shirou respects women. Respect women, dude. I put power into my right arm. Is there metal in it? With a creaking noise, my body reacts to my wishes. I get up on one knee. I put power into my body. As I do so, the things I need to live flow out.
なぜもう無理だとどうしてわからないのです。
Saber's voice is almost insulting. She's a long way away now. From a distant place, she's watching me in vexation. I ignore it and keep trying. Saber's voice is just a burden. Not my body nor Gilgamesh, but Saber is my greatest enemy right now. Because if she objects with an expression like that, my mind will die. Finally, my knee finally has strength, so all that's left is to stand.
いらない。あなたの助けなどいりません。敗北した以上、私はすでにあなたの剣ではないんです。このまま消えるのがサーバントとして当然の結末ではないですか。
Saber's voice. Damn. If she interrupts me anymore, I'll get even mad at her.
やだ。やめてください、シロ。それ以上はダメだ。本当に死んでしまう。こんなことであなたに死なれたら私は。
How can she say such selfish things without knowing how I feel?
うるさい。いいから少しは黙ってろ。こういう時くらい頼っていいんだよ。お前は。
それは違う、シロ。優先順位を間違えないでほしい。私の身などどうでもいい。そんなものよりあなたは自身の命を第一にするべきだ。
She sounds like she's begging. My mind almost collapses, thinking that I'm making her sound like that. But still.
断れ。俺にはセイバー以上に欲しいものなんてない。
I can't accept her words. Saber looks at me in astonishment. I don't know why she looks like that, but I remember. She told me I was a fool who didn't know the value of his own life. I think she's right. It's too conceited for someone who can't even think about himself to try to help someone else. That's just complacent happiness, and it's an unstable happiness for the other party. The most important person is yourself. That kind of person probably can become happy and share their happiness.
俺 俺は確かに自分の命を感情に入れてない大バカだ。
I was wrong about what's most important for me. Since that day, that seat has been empty. But I'm grateful for that abnormality, because in that empty seat is sitting a person I want to save from the bottom of my heart.
けどな、セイバー。もし俺が自分の命が一番大事だったとしても、きっとそれ以上にセイバーは綺麗なんだ。
Yeah, boy, do it!
変わるものなんて俺の中には一つもない。
Do it! Let it out! Let's go, dude! That makes me realize I didn't feel sympathy for her. That girl I saw in my dream. She fought alone and died alone. I thought she was unrewarded, but at the same time I was charmed by her. I just thought she was beautiful. She pulled out the sword and ran through her life without looking back. Her life itself was so brilliant.
そうだ。だから。
So I have to protect her, so that you, all alone, won't be engulfed in darkness in your last moments. That's right, so that in your last moments, on the verge of your death, so that you can be proud of your life. My doubts disappear. My path is so clear.
ごめんな。俺、セイバーが一番好きだ。
Yo, he said it. He said it out loud. That's better than them both accepting it.
だから、あんな奴にお前は渡さない。
After I say that, I regret apologizing to her. But I had to say it. I wanted to say it now at this moment, because there would be no impurities mixed in my words. I hear her gasp. I wanted to turn around and see, but I won't, since I really can't see anymore. I get up. I can still fight if my heart is beating. My magical energy is my life. As long as my heart is beating, I'll keep on recreating her sword.
よく立った。で、その後は何があるのだ?
That is a good question, my man. I feel a burning heat in my right hand. Shining finger! And I grab... Oh, God, that would be the coolest. God, I would cry. But no. Perhaps because I'm close to death, I remember 10 years ago. It's a terrible illusion. My body feels like it's still in that fire, reaching out for life.
うせろ。お前にセイバーは任せられない。
I raise my right hand and say that.
たわけ。誰が貴様の許しを得るか?
The enemy raises his sword.
シロ、シロ。
I hear Saber's voice from behind me. I ignore it and use my remaining magical energy. I project the sword once more. And I'm stopped by that light. Even though it's not as strong as Excalibur, the light that can burn away everything it touches is coming for me. Feeling the heat on my body, I don't think about my death, but about Saber behind me. She'll be dragged in like this, so I have to at least protect her. I said I'd protect Saber. Yes, I wanted to protect her. She's strong, but at the same time, she could have broken down at any moment. So I have to hold steady. She's like a drawn sword, so I have to help her so she doesn't get hurt. I have to be her sheath! And then, before I realize that there's something like a sword in my right hand. Whose voice was that? The hesitation is only for a second. At the same moment, the Golden Knight, the absolute victor, retreats. Saber takes my hand. The rising light stops. Right beside me is Saber. Right before me is Gilgamesh, opening his eyes and bleeding. Yo, we heard him! Whoa. I don't know what happened, but I know this is a repeat of the battle against Berserker. Saber used something I made and defeated Gilgamesh's sword. A light pushed back his light and must have injured him, who was unscathed up till now. A frighteningly murderous intent. It feels like he needs to kill everything he sees in order to calm down. But the Golden Knight leaves silently. I don't even have time to be surprised. I don't know why he left, but even my fading mind knows that the battle is over. My knees give away. All tension disappears and my body falls to the ground.
Shirou!
Saber instantly supports me. With Saber supporting me, I look down at my body. I let out a gasp. My wounds are so bad they cannot be treated. My body, cut from my left shoulder, should have died instantly. I must barely be alive because of that healing power, but it must have its limits. My body is almost split in two. I'm sure nothing will be able to fix my body now. I can't even tell if I'm still breathing or not. My consciousness is starting to fade. The end is near. But the fortunate thing is about Saber. I have a fatal wound, but it seems Saber is just fatigued. She's unarmed now, and her wounds are completely healed. So, even if I retire now, Tosaka should be able to do something. What? That sound again. A sound as if my bones are creaking is coming from my body. I look down at my wound. There are many swords. What? What look like the blades of swords are layered on top of each other, and crowding together to connect my separated body, making that sound. I feel dizzy. It feels like every bone in my body, every muscle in my body is made out of swords. What? There's no such thing. It must have been my imagination, as my body is just fine. As proof of that, my separated body is starting to connect, and my cuts are healing quickly. Oh, okay, so that happened once before when we died and swords burst out of us. What's with the body swords? It's more like restoration than healing. This is more creepy than strange. It seems I'll be saved. But this is too...
よかった。この分なら死ぬことはなさそうですね。
Oh no, and now you know that I love you. That's really awkward. I hear Saber's voice by my ear. It's really close by.
いや、それは助かるけど。俺の体、一体。
Trying to finish, I'm assailed by dizziness. Then, my body is enclosed by soft arms. Oh! Guys! Guys, my tear ducts, they're going. I'm not even joking. My tear ducts are going. Someone please stop. I'm so invested in this story.
いいえ、私にはわかりました。傷が癒されるのは当然です。
Look at her smile. I can't stay conscious. It's because I produce too much magical energy. My tired mind wants to sleep right now. How strong is she? Saber wraps her arms around me and holds me tight.
やっと気づいた。シローは私の鞘だったのですね。
No, guys, it's happening. The tears. She says so in a deep, seeping voice. The feeling is so comfortable that my remaining consciousness fades away. I'm glad to be saved, and I let my body sleep. But before that, I complained to myself that it would have been even more perfect if our positions were... What? What? You wanted to be the... What? At the end, I see that red hill once more. A red memory. I dive deeper into her memory, and I realize this is the last time. These are the memories of a night which I have seen many times before. After becoming a king and becoming the will of the country by killing her own will, her days were filled with neglect even from her trusted knights. Every time she won a battle, Arturia was made to wish for a battle she did not wish for. She continued to hide her sex, surrounded by suspicion. What awaited this isolated girl was rebellion by one of her relatives. A young knight took over the country while the king was on an expedition. The man's name was Mordred. Oh. Once again, I know who that fate character is. The knight who was the son of Morgan, the sister of the King of Knights, was actually the son of the King of Knights. Yep. To start at the end, Arturia could not did I say Arturia? Arturia could not have children as a woman. But Mordred certainly inherited the blood of Arturia. Arturia's older sister, Morgan, I'm not sure how far she went, but she despised Arturia for becoming a king, even though Arturia was younger than her. Mordred was created as her other self. What? Huh? He served the king as a knight with an unknown father, and waited for his chance to take over the throne and finally organize a revolt. This was the battle later known as the Battle of Camlin, the final battle of King Arthur. King Arthur discovered Mordred's betrayal on her expedition and returned to her homeland with her tired troops to invade her own territory. She slashed away knights that used to serve her. She attacked the land she once protected. The few knights that stayed with her died off, and the only ones standing in the end were her and Mordred. Their personal combat ended with the king's victory, but she did not emerge unscathed. Mordred was bound by a strong curse, so he swung his sword even after his death and left a fatal wound on the king. That is the end of this battle, the last of her, the one called the King of Knights. It must have been painful. Come to think of it, none of her battles were painless. Every one of her 12 battles was severe, and this just happened to be the greatest wound appropriate for her end. She returned to her territory and destroyed her own army. She punished the knights who used to serve her, and the knights, yes, it said knights twice and confused me, and the knights following her all died. And in the end, she had to kill her own son, even if he was son only in name. Okay, makes sense. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. I cannot tell what went through her mind, but I have to wish. The lone king, who tried to be a king until her last moments. I wish that her last dream might be a normal dream, one that the girl called Arturia might wish for. Okay. Hello, Stain. I can't see you right now, but I know you're there. See, he's right there. You can't see him, though. Alright, everyone. Back home after the love confession. Why can't I type? Is it because there's tears in my eyes blocking my vision? Absolutely. Thank you guys for watching. Next time we're back for some more Fate Stay Night. Ciao.